Hey everyone, Chief Meteorologist Bill Walsh. Let me get you an update on Milton again for our area, and then we're going to be focusing also on Florida. And once again, you can see clearly the storm is pushing toward Tampa, probably for landfall late tonight into the early morning hours, and a very, very powerful storm. I'm going to pull up the radar right now, and again, as you take a look at this, we've got multiple tornado warnings into Florida. So if you're down in Florida, obviously stay in your safe place from, say, the Keys all the way north, right on into even as close as Fort Lauderdale. Back on up in toward Orlando, just east of Tampa, back down across Lake Okeechobee. These are all tornado warnings. The center of the storm is right out here, and it's going to continue to push right up towards Sarasota here over the next 7 or 8 hours, and then making landfall late tonight. I'm going to zoom out a little bit as far as the Charleston area. Again, we are looking at the very edge of this as far as clouds. All the rain's down to the south, and most of that should stay to our south and offshore, which is some good news, at least at this hour for Charleston, but not so great news for Tampa. There's the storm. 130-mile-an-hour forecast track does take it right towards Sarasota again into late tonight, early tomorrow morning. Then weakens the storm, actually becomes extra tropical once it exits off the east coast of Florida. But what we'll have to watch for that is the onshore flow that's going to push our tides up pretty high. So we'll kind of keep an eye on that. That's going to continue to kind of drive the winds back as it exits Florida. It's going to push the winds back like that in a counterclockwise direction, and even on up in toward South Carolina, we're going to see those onshore flow. So at high tide on Thursday, we're talking a 7.8 foot high tide. Now that's going to drive those typical areas down along the coastlines higher. So definitely be looking for some tidal flooding in coastal South Carolina, certainly into Georgia and Florida. But again, this storm is going to transition to a non-tropical system and exit quickly to the east as we make our way into late Thursday and certainly on into Friday. This is the model consensus, and again, it's pretty clear that the modeling has been really good with the track on this storm so far. We do have a tropical storm watch in effect for the South Carolina coast, a tropical storm warning for our coastal waters, but we are watching for storm surge potential. Again, this is going to be a storm surge watch that continues down to our south. We'll keep an eye on that. But again, 2 to 4 feet of coastal inundation, say Colleton County south, 1 to 3 feet above normal. This is going to be during the high tide as we make our way into our Thursday. All right, this is the wind gust again, the forecast. Again, we're not seeing much over 40 miles an hour. Let me go back to that one cell right there, that one graphic, and I'll put this in motion. This is going to be on into Thursday morning. Again, maybe 30, 35 mile an hour winds along the coast. Then by Thursday afternoon, we are seeing, some 30, 35 mile an hour winds, but nothing above tropical storm force. Hence, the warning has not been pulled, and that's above 39 miles an hour. This is going to be on into our Thursday. So, again, this is not going to be a wind event for most anybody, except for the boaters and certainly maybe some folks along the coastline. Here's how it sets up hour by hour. And again, let me take you on into around 11 o'clock tonight for Wednesday night. There's the center of the storm, just around Sarasota. Again, some dry air in training on the backside of the storm, at least on this model, and that's going to be being picked up by some westerly winds as well. It's going to start to shear the storm, so it will weaken a little bit on the approach. But the damage will be certainly extensive around that eye wall, especially from 30 miles, 40 miles out from the center of that storm. And then all that is going to be tropical storm force winds above 40 miles an hour for most of Florida, at least for the peninsula. And then as we head into, this is going to be 9 o'clock Thursday morning, it emerges off the space coast of Florida. But notice, even on up into South Carolina, we're just on the edge of any rain. And again, no tornado threat at all. The only threat we will have will be onshore flow, and that's going to be because of the high tides and certainly the onshore push of that tide. So not a big rain event for us, not a big wind event for us. High surf, yes. Coastal flooding, yes. And again, that high tide on Thursday is at 1:50 in the afternoon. We'll keep you updated right here. That's just a long discussion of what this storm is doing. Again, you can see the footprint on this storm is large. The entire state of Florida, if you're in Tampa, obviously you're in your safe place, all the way down to Fort Myers and the Keys, even on the east coast of Florida, the Space Coast, all the way up toward the first coast, which of course is Jacksonville. Again, just be ready, stay in your safe place until this nasty storm, Hurricane Milton, exits to the east. We'll keep you posted right here. Have a great day.